my Lord, get the people from God now go bow down low. You must be mad we couldn't do that. Foundation from birth, although the running slow, get the youths off it jackpot. We know where life works. Where them say bow down low, you must be mad we couldn't do that. Foundation from birth, although the running slow, get the youths off it reach that. We know where life works. It's been so long that we've been down, now we have found a solid ground. Emperor Selassie, I who sits upon the throne. No more fight, but that no right, we shall all unite. Organize and centralize and rather must see the light. Now go bow down low, you must be mad we couldn't do that. Foundation from birth, although the running slow, get the youths off it jackpot. We know where life works. When them say bow down low, you must be mad we couldn't do that. Foundation from birth, although the running slow, get the youths off it top. We know where life works. I'm like a puzzle with the figure and a hard nut for crack. A real nerve digger straight from jam rock. Some call me dirty nigga to me camera dreadlocks. I smile and on my face, I want to stop me on my back. And we not bow down low, you must be mad we couldn't do that. Foundation from birth, although the running slow, raga raga gonna hit that. We know where life works. Well I say yellow Rastafari now my flex. Yes, and then maybe go on me true friends next.
Good morning, Trinidad and Tobago. All praises due to the Almighty Creator. We give Him thanks for life. We give Him thanks for life. And we make our best effort to give that thanks in the way that we live, the way that we carry ourselves on an everyday basis. I saw Rash Shorty Eyes song, one of his songs, Loaded. I don't know who was here before me, but I feel somebody was playing some Rash Shorty Eye. My congratulations go out to his family, of course. He is no longer with us, but awarded yesterday with a national award posthumously, as a couple others have been. And it is nice to see that recognition. I was feeling for the Louis culture this morning though. I think I heard it yesterday, and it have a vibes, because you know we don't bow down low, right? We try to keep ourselves above it. We try to live to a certain standard. That is what we should aim and endeavor to do always. Don't stoop, you know, no matter what, no matter how challenging things may become. Don't descend to a certain level, right? Keep yourself firm and upright as well. That's important for us, not just as man, but mankind. That have some women with more belly and strength than men. But in a world where others try to subject us, right? We're seeing a growing trend of what the Chinese call it. The Chinese call it, we are kind of return to the Stone Age. I don't know if it has ever left us, but might is right. There's a lot of that in the world. I mean, it has existed, but it has become even more blatant. It has become bold, emboldened. You know, it is almost as though we can't identify that it is incorrect, right? It cannot be. Right is right, not might is right, not whoever has a certain level of superiority and power can do whatever they feel to do. You know, and let you know, take that, right, perspectives on where hell and heaven is even seem to be a little bit interesting nowadays. Countries that supposedly embrace immigration, maybe you could add illegal to that as well. Countries that, listen carefully, that embrace a certain level of inclusion, a certain level of respect for different cultures, etc. You know, being painted in a certain light, being categorized in a certain way. Was the other big one? Oh yeah, and of course, this others talk about going green and stuff, that being a scam. And listen, I will consider almost anything, and I could understand the economic challenges of moving away from traditional sources of energy. But I think there's a lot of proof around the damage that is caused by greenhouse gases, obviously the big one, carbon dioxide, etc. I think there's a lot there that guides us to understand that pollution, the back end, the dark end of the consumption of energy, especially energy that is dirty, not dirty in that sense that is dirty. I want to but that creates a byproduct, a result from burning it, because that is how we get energy from it, right? We burn the resource, we burn the element. That concerns humanity a bit, and it's not healthy. It's not healthy. And while there has to be balance, obviously, and we have to consider growth and other perspectives and the provision of energy and fuel for our people, we have to also understand the larger picture. Well, that being kind of rubbished now by what exists. People who see themselves as, controlling the world order to some extent. But things are not so linear nowadays, as we would all know. Things are not so linear anymore, and there are so many alternate views, and there are some even now who lean towards these Western groupings who have kind of moved away, at least with some policy, at least with talk. And that is an interesting development in the world. For everybody else, some of the smaller nations like ourselves as well, we tread carefully, and we look at how we position ourselves. We try, some of us, not to mash toes. You know what a giant looks like, and you have a giant and you are a bit of a human or an ant or something. You try to, when you reach and you sense a bigger mass in front of you, you try to just go around. You're really trying to bite or to run into, to crash into. At least you're whacked away and destroyed. At least you're squatted away crushed. Or crushed. It's not easy in this world that we live in. But I think for us as people, as a people who should gravitate towards being God-fearing, and we have a certain element of that preserved still, right? We should recognize what is right as right. We should recognize what is right as right. Even though we tread easily and we are strategic, we should be able to speak the truth. Right? We could do so diplomatically and try not to upset the bullies and the Goliaths of the world. But we need to still speak. We need to still speak that truth. Even though they claim as well that what they say is the truth. And the only truth of their matter sometimes is that if you don't agree with them, then they will act in accordance and victimize you. Victimize is a nice word. So, very, very interesting times we live in globally. As I mentioned yesterday when I came on for a bit, we look forward to the other speeches at the United Nations General Assembly. We look forward to our Prime Minister as well. We heard from the Honorable Irfan Ali yesterday, one of the leaders in the region who has made interesting contributions in the past as well. Someone who has been somewhat vocal about reparations, vocal about imperialism in a strategic way as well, because we do understand his dynamic as well, right? Partnering, if you want to call it that, with one of the major oil producers or oil exploiters in the world, right? So it's very, very interesting times that we live in. It impacts us throughout the world. People consider us to be in their sphere of influence. Influence is the word they use there, but that is in the public. In private, I think they may have other words closer to maybe domination or something else that they utilize, because actions speak much, much louder than words, and there's this continual so-called effort within our waters to fight against what they say is narco-terrorism, etc. And that's fine once it remains at that. So, very interesting times we could look forward, and I know Trinidad and Tobago would be paying attention. I know that we would be taking on what our Prime Minister and a few other people say. It would be shared. There are people who take out excerpts of these relatively long speeches, the juicy bits, and bring them to the fore of our social media for us to consume, for us to take in. Right? So, locally, national awards yesterday, as I pull up the newspaper, somebody saying they would do it again. I think this is one of the excellent individuals who risk their own lives to save others, right? Too, for a matter of fact. But the headline is, I would do it all over again. Heroes vow to continue kindness after honored for rescuing cop. Okay, it's a police officer they rescued. Terrence David and Deshaun Hamilton, who were awarded Hummingbird medals after the presentation by Christine Kangaloo last night at the National Awards at Queen's Hall, Port of Spain. They were awarded the Hummingbird medals, because two of them bronze, for their gallantry, right, for their bravery. I'd be willing to do it. They had this to say, one of them had this to say, I would be willing to do it all over again. If I had left him in the vehicle, I would have lived with the nightmare of the person screaming and bawling. I did the right thing. These were the words of Sea Lot's resident Terrence David, 44 years old, minutes after he received the Hummingbird Medal for gallantry at the National Award ceremony, Queen's Hall, St. Anne's, yesterday. Last September, David and his fellow Sea Lot's resident, Deshaun Hamilton, 29, risked their lives to rescue a police officer from a burning vehicle on the Beetham Highway just after 6 a.m. All right. I vaguely remember that one, right? That's tremendous. That's tremendous. Let me go later down. It is one thing to assist someone else, but to risk your life in assisting someone else really shows a different level of love and sacrifice as well. So, well deserved. And of course, as we all know, the guy, I can't remember his name, I may see it in the news a little further on, the guy who climbed up the Ferris wheel in Movietown as well. Trinidad have some real heroes too, some good people. I'm not saying hero like no Spider-Man, Shepherd Talker, oh God, like a, but some real heroes, as in that is brave, right? That is gallantry. That is notably unselfish, brave. Many of us, we might question ourselves as well, and people would not be too negative towards us for maybe leaning towards self-preservation, because you're seeing fire, or you're seeing stories of height, where you very, very possibly could fall to your death if you make a mistake, So Trinidad and Tobago has that still. I wouldn't say I'm amazed, but I am pleased. I am pleased, and I'm looking on, and I think I actually know one of them, as in personally, I think I know one of the individuals. So, yeah, blessings, blessings, Trinidad and Tobago. Let us pattern our lives, and let us be inspired as well by individuals like this. I saw another friend as well awarded, Brother M. Tima, the founder of Roots Foundation, who has been doing really tremendous cultural work, really hard work for quite some time as well. And it was nice to see that his efforts and the work that he does is being recognized. I'm sure that recognition will help, hopefully, so that he is further empowered in the positives that he is doing. And I'm sure that it will encourage others. Let's continue to give. let's continue to give of whatever we have to help. There is that significant need, not only sometimes for, you know, the material things as well, but even culturally, to shape our society, to guide our youth. And I think that is more of the sphere in which he is involved, right, with spoken word and culture, and shaping the minds of our young men and women in environments where they need it. They need it more than ever. So, you know, congratulations to him as well, and to the entire group. I think I missed that yesterday when I was mentioning, although I was well aware, because I when I initially saw it, I was quite pleased as well. So, Unit Trust as well on the newspaper putting forward a little money to pay for a little full page color ad. Everybody, TKR looking so good. They could have had the medals on them as well, but they didn't Photoshop them in, right? But congratulations as well to our sportsmen again, including the entire TKR team. So we into the news already, and we about to take the break. And when we come back, we'll open up the lines, etc. Blessings. We'll be back shortly.
For Gospel in the Bone Ministry every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. For the program, God's Last Warning Message. Hosea chapter 4 says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood." Remember, every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message with Gospel in the Bones Ministry, right here on the street 919 FM.
You've got bills to pay, and so do we. Let's go pay some bills on the street 919 FM.
Calling all choir. This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor, Saturday, September 20th. Central and South Trinidad, Saturday, September 27th. And Tobago, Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody say it. What are you doing? Big D, big fun, TMC, so we big on the ground. The big nation, cause you don't know we were the crown. Say what you want, KFC, so we lead in front. We are big nation, TNT and KFC, one motion.
Come to KFC, let we hold our fun, and let we join together, because KFC is life. It's a big deal.
Say what you want, KFC, so we lead in front. We are big nation, TNT and KFC, one motion.
Deal.
Are you searching for answers to life's questions? Those things that disturb and concern you the most? Why all the wickedness? Why the suffering in the world? Will it end? Who is responsible? Well, if so, join us right here on The Street 91.9 FM every Sunday from 5 to 6 p.m. with Brother Samuel Gooding and Roland White, where we open the Bible and find answers to all these things and more. For it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of God.
Calling all choir. This This is TNT's first gospel choir event of its kind. It's finally here. This is Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round, the East-West Corridor, Saturday, September 20th, Central and South Trinidad, Saturday, September 27th, and Tobago, Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT, get ready. This is Divine Harmony.
Everybody say that.
The presence of oxygen is absolutely the absence of disease. Most chronic diseases that plague us are not happening to us, but is happening within us. We're literally eating ourselves to death, which means we're not living longer, we're dying longer. Join fitness expert Aloy Johnson, the founder of the healthiest corner on earth, located at number 92 East Drive, Chamfleur, every Wednesday from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. live on The Street 919 FM, where he shows you that healing the body's temple is easier than anyone would have led you to believe.
The Gap Man Limited specializes in products that cater to all your health needs. The Male Enhancement Package targets the areas of the body that contribute to erectile dysfunction. The Male Enhancement costs $1,400. The Gap pills are priced at 250 pills for $500 and 500 pills for just $900. For the best in eye care, get the super combination of a Super Bright and the Body Healer. To improve the heart's function and circulation, get the Gap pills and Formula C. To get a total body cleanse daily, use the Gap Body Healer and Big C, all for a super low price of $1,300. To order your products from the Gap Man Limited, call 628-4531 for products that cater to all your health needs.
For more info, contact 476-7268.
Blessings in the wonderful name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You are invited to listen to the Final Hour broadcast heard every Monday
from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. in the morning on the Street 919 FM.
Hear my mom, Pastor Helen Garcia, and myself, Pastor Valentine Garcia Jr., preach the Word of God to the elderly, youth, and children. We can be contacted at 629-0113 or 623-8444. The church is located at 26 Prince Street in Port of Spain. We look forward to you joining us. God bless you.
As my life I lay it on the altar, as my life.
Hi there, I'm Lester Suglal, inviting you to join me on the first, second, and third Saturday, 8:30 p.m. to 11 p.m. for the program Slow Gospel Music, and on the fourth and fifth Saturday from 8:30 p.m. for an extended version of Slow Gospel Music on Street 91.9 FM.
The time is 7 a.m. This time check is sponsored by Nescafe, ready to drink. It just hits different.
Any playlist right, it hits different. Can you feel that shift? Nescafe, ready to drink. On the road, be on the go. Just grab your crew and grab your bro. Hits different, hits different. Vanilla, latte, mocha. Hits different. Nescafe, the party never over.
Nescafe, ready to drink.
The Embassy Yacht is back and ready to transform your events into unforgettable experiences. Launched from Kings Wharf, San Fernando, the perfect starting point for an epic experience of luxury, music, and celebration on the open water. By booking our vessel, your event will include a house DJ, state-of-the-art sound system, fully stocked bar, dedicated cleaning crew, top-notch security. This isn't just a venue, it's a floating masterpiece designed to make your event the talk of the town. Imagine your guests dancing under the stars, drinks in hand, with breathtaking views of the coastline as your backdrop. From birthdays to corporate events to exclusive parties, the Embassy Yacht offers promoters a unique platform to create unforgettable memories and boost your brand's reputation. Call or WhatsApp 399-5959 or email embassy.cruises@gmail.com.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
And we are back. Right? Blessed good morning to everyone, to Trinidad and Tobago. So we just going through some of the headlines in the news. Of course, we have since realized that I wasn't 100% sure a couple days ago, and it has been confirmed that, you know, that young lady, the young girl, was indeed killed. And I pray that that situation is sorted out as soon as possible. That who is responsible for this young child's death is removed from the rest of the population, right? That one is particularly concerning to me. I don't know. We are listening with a bated breath. Again, we rely on the police and others. If anybody within the village has any ideas and could assist in any way, we would appreciate that as well, because that needs to be dealt with. You know, we need to remove people like that, whoever is responsible, from the general population. That's the most and the best I could put it, right? Heart-wrenching. Of course, in some of the more catchy news, because a lot of times the news as well, they have an area where the most views, right? Some of the highlights, the things that have been looked at a little bit more than others. A teacher held with cocaine at Princestown School. That's interesting. 49 years old. I heard it mentioned, but I don't know the circumstances exactly. Police say around 2:10 p.m. officers on patrol responded to a report at the school. Their PC Kangu searched a teacher attached to the institution. During the search, officers allegedly found a quantity of cocaine hidden on him. The drugs weighed 3.2 grams. He was arrested and taken to the Princestown police station, where he was formally charged. The teacher is expected to appear before a magistrate to answer the charge. 49 years old, I don't know. Drug use is a serious thing. Some people going through all kind of different stuff, and sometimes they make that wrong decision to use substances to help them or to deal with or cope with whatever they're going through. You know, it has many a negative effect as well. I hope that this teacher gets the help that he needs as well, because, I mean, 49 years old, he probably would have been teaching for quite some time as well. Not my turn in Princestown sending him to that level of medicating or whatever you call that. But it not easy as well. And while we would be concerned by the development, we also understand the human element of these issues, and honestly, I pray that he is, you know, dealt with in a way where whatever help he needs he gets, right? According to the situation, of course, there is the presumption of innocence, and there aren't many facts around the situation. So we maybe just jump into conclusions as well, as we often do. Right? Of course, as we mentioned before, our Minister of Homeland Security has refuted the claims of Mr. Guada. Kind of interesting name he has that there. And he has provided whatever proof as well coming out of the police service as well. Still in the news though, interestingly, still in the news, but some stories, some are so important that the responses as well are carried for a couple of days so that we can also follow up and understand what has developed to that story as well. Right? But the big one and a lot of attention is on these national awards. I haven't heard, the interesting criticism sometimes around the awards. I haven't heard that so much this year. I don't know from the callers who you're pleased with in particular getting an award. I think personally from my perspective, and I would have mentioned it in the past as well, that because I am so interested in agriculture and the increase in agricultural production in Trinidad and Tobago, part of my modus operandi would be to award farmers and to encourage farmers by highlighting their industry and the tremendous producers within that industry. There are people who are exceptional in what they do, and there are people with exceptional stories around their efforts as farmers as well, as in almost every walk of life, right? So I think for me, from the list that I have seen, I don't think anyone within that sector was awarded. You all could correct me if I'm wrong, but personally, from my perspective, I would have included specifically a couple farmers. Good morning, brother. Welcome.
Hey, morning, brother Fuad. All is well? Cool. Well, I just give him a contribution real quick, right? I think you saying it perfectly, brother. You saying it perfectly. That's what.
Good morning, brother. Sorry.
Morning. You hear him, huh? Hello.
All right. I feel I have some technical difficulties. Can you, if you could call back, it would be appreciated. I think everything correct on my board. Having a look here. Well, let's see if the next line is in order. Good morning.
Hello, good morning, brother Fuad.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, morning, brother. Blessings. All is well, right?
Yeah, man. Can't complain. Thank God for life.
Thank God for life. Listening here, and I mean, you're seeing it perfectly, in terms of like the farmers, the agricultural sector being highlighted. And I sincerely believe, that's what we need to be hearing a lot more of on the news. Local production. I think they should create a category called local production. Let us know what steps have been done. So today, for example, new land in wherever, just calling a random area, Gasparilla or Toko was discovered to have nice fertile soil to produce production of this, Simple. I think once again, congratulations to Jareem and Keitron Walcott on their success. But I was thinking last night and later this morning, it feels a bit that, when you put things into context, what we really celebrating, obviously those gentlemen and other athletes would go to the gym, prepare themselves, do the training and everything, but it feels as though the message is just a moment in the context of how our country has been going. Because if we celebrating the success, the hard work, and the preparation of what those gentlemen would do, then what we really doing as a country, that's just the little takeaway I got from it. But I wouldn't, great message you're doing about the highlighting of reality as usual. And keep up the good work, and I continue to listen.
Yeah, man. Thank you very much as well. So yeah, and we mentioned that as well. There has to be that follow-up and that utilization of these individuals for the benefit of our next generations as well. And an element of that has been positively put into these, not just the awards, but the entire package that has been given to these tremendous athletes. I say in the entire package, right? So I guess you have to agree to be a sports ambassador, obviously. They can't just force you to be that. It sounds good. It sounds glitzy. Yes, it have a little remuneration with it. But from what I'm understanding from the Minister of Sport is that there's a plan to utilize these individuals in a positive manner. There's work to be done. So I don't think it's just that they don't do nothing further apart from their professional careers. I think there's actually steps going to be made to outline responsibilities and to utilize some of these individuals' time, energy, and obviously their persona and persons for some positive aspects to empower and encourage our youth as well. And that is positive. And I would have mentioned as well that in this digital age as well, in this time where the consumption of entertainment through the different mediums that we have, social media, etc., it is essential for the stories of these athletes to be told, and told in a palatable form, which means let's make some videos, let's create some content, some inspiring content. Let's do it. Let's take their stories and their lessons from them, put it in a form that is really nice, and let us share that. Let us share that with our youth. Those are things that could easily be done. Good morning, Mr. West. How are you doing?
Hello, Mr. Ford. Mr. Ford, I think this morning again, usually you are. And with respect to those ambassadors, they call them, they can perform very vital role, as you outlined recently. Going to those, making the videos and whatnot and making it available to the community, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Those communities that are in need. You know, set up probably like Brian Lara going up to Laventine, going up to Piccadilly, going into those nook and cranny to meet those people and to motivate these people. You know the impact that would have? But you can't stay in a cocoon. You can't be ambassador to the home. You go into those, these are the people who need help. Those are the people, coming out of they share similar background, similar experience,
Yeah.
I have never seen local artists. When we're talking about young people, and that's a bright spot, it is encouraging to see people can take a platform and to express themselves so clearly, so, you know, and I saw that. With respect to this thing on the beach where those citizens there, the young citizens, they would have assisted. I mean, that must be, I must compliment them and commend them and commend the government for giving those people what they justly deserve. Because at least they have extended awards to different categories, and that is as it were campaign most. I saw it in France some years ago where a migrant, a popular person that came from Africa, one of those former African colonies, and this was on the, I think, some second floor where resident about to fall, she was jumped over, and, you know, he climbed up there, risked life in order to save that child, and he was given a sport and all these different things, give him a job in the fire services and all that. So I'm saying that, yes, you need to look at all sectors in the community in terms of those people who would have contributed to national development, contributed to stability and all that kind of thing within community, doing community work and all that kind of thing. So I applaud the government in looking at that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that is all I want to say at this point in time. In fact, I commend what you said in terms of those people who are ambassadors and the work that they need to do, grasping the code, go out there, there's a lot of work to be done with respect to those young people in the community. You came out there, you know the experiences, you know the challenges that those people face in terms of the overall development, and share your experiences. Try to motivate them. Try to lift them to higher heights. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you very much. And we are blessed with that opportunity, as Mr. West said. Young people as well, relatively young people, and people who are on the world stage and who have been able to make a name for themselves. So they have that attraction and appeal to our younger people as well. We must utilize them to the best of our ability. And I'm saying that in this time, through social media, through these forms of media as well, let us not miss that opportunity. Let us grasp that opportunity to tell their stories. We consume endless film from all over, even locally as well now, as I mentioned before. There's some content producers who churning out entertaining videos. Some of it have a little sense in it. Some of it have, funny aspects of our behavior and our culture. Right? Utilize these forums because they are powerful. They captivate our young people. Some of these people are going to have an impact on our youth and shape the way they behave. I don't know if you all understand. Just look at your children, pay attention to them. See what they're singing and repeating. See how they're dancing. See what they're talking about. And you would realize how powerful an impact the TikTok and the whatever has on them. Pay attention and let us utilize it. It has to be a big deal. It has to be a big deal for the American government to get involved with the Chinese government to force the sale of TikTok in America, that branch of TikTok, so that they can control the app. It is that serious. It is that serious. It is that serious that conversations all over the world are being had about the regulation of social media and the content and what is allowed. You know, it is that serious. Literally, the teaching and the shaping of the minds of our young people and the young citizens of the entire world is currently taking place there. So let us wise up, right? Let us wise up. I think it was a nice detail as well for the Eastern facility, one of the facilities to be named after Keyshawn Walcott as well. That's nice. I mean, a Toko man, so a facility close to home and one that is fitting because it's now been refurbished and open. That was a really nice development for us. And I see a trust, I see a push towards utilizing sport. I see a thrust in that direction. It has to be continued and it has to be fueled. We have to put the resources behind it. We have to get our children into activities, positive activities, utilize their energy. So, some real positives coming out of it. And we wait to see. We don't just want talk here. We see the good talk at first. But we want to have that talk go into action. We don't want, and we are glad that to some extent we haven't had that discussion about politicizing the national awards too much this time around. That's good. We have not had that as a positive. And we don't want it to be like that. We want people who, based on merit, earn. Meritocracy is the way that we want to drive our society. We want to encourage people to work, because if you work, you get a result. Not that you don't work, but who you know. Not that you kiss up. You know, we just use that terminology in Trinidad, right? And it's the worst. You really don't perform in whatever duty that you have. You're not even a person who is becoming of that status, but you are still given because your association or you kiss up or whatever you do to have that level of connection. That's not what we want to see. So it was a really feel good awards this year, in my opinion. And feel free, people could have their alternative views. I may be missing something that someone wants to point out as well. But the silence, I think, says a lot so far. Within the national space, there has not been too much noise. I haven't paid much attention to the opposition recently. I don't think they spoke on the topic too much. But I think they would have also highlighted if there was an issue. And that is their important responsibility as well. And they should have that experience. They have been in the halls of governance for some while. So they should know if anything is untoward. even given the experience that they have of doing untoward things themselves, right? Thief could recognize thief a lot, not so? What the song says, thief never love to see thief with long bag. So I head across to the Guardian a little bit, and there's this really nice picture. Background looks good as well. And our Prime Minister all smiles with Professor Selwyn Cudjoe. Right? I mean, he has been close to the administration, but I don't think anybody can take away from his contribution as well to our society. Right? Really nice picture there. As a human being, you know, you see some people smile and it causes you to smile as well. I don't know if that's a psychological effect or if that is just warmness of your heart and your spirit, but it happens to me. And likewise, you know, sometimes when you see suffering and pain and you see someone else cry, tears automatically come from you as well. Right? That's my experience. I don't know what your experience is, and I think it may be a positive thing. I don't know. I think psychologically it's probably rooted in some type of empathy and sympathy or a human connection, which I don't know if some of us have that. I feel I need to test it with somebody hardest hard. You know, let me put in my back and I'll talk now. I think I need to take the hardest hard, like probably Mr. Rowley or Mr. Imbert, and test them and see if when they see a smile, if the mouth even move towards a smile. And also see if when they see a tear or suffering, if anything is moved within them. Because in my opinion, whew, some hard fellas, they boy. Hard, cool fellas, in my opinion, right? People have their different opinions as well. Yeah, so those things are dominating the space. The guy who would have climbed up the Ferris wheel, he's also an electrician, I think. I now saw the article. His name is Akil Devines, right? So blessings to you, brother. Blessings. Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, Mr. Good morning to you, big brother.
Hey, Kingsley, what happening, brother?
Blessed here by God, not by man or woman, but God never failed me. But let me say, they say I am so. I think this is one of the words was 20 layman. Layman got it. I can't recall to see so much of layman who are on the street in the last 9 years who do good service to our country was so greatly rewarded. And I must say, when the government do good, Kingsley must say the government do good, and I want to endorse these because it will inspire these two young boys also from the bottom, and it will also inspire the community on the whole to do more better when there's anything going down there and live better down there in that community down there. I think it's Tuesday I was on the air, and I think we were talking about body cameras and these things. Yesterday I saw a video where a a driver, a owner of a car, claiming that the police show his documents, his license insurance on the ground, and he was taping it. I have it in my phone here. And he was taping it. And I said to myself, I do not know who right or I do not know who wrong. I cannot believe the police story, and I cannot believe the man's story, because I will also advise the public, please buy dashboard cameras. Please buy dashboard cameras. Please put cameras in your car. So when these things happen, you have evidence and facts to show the world, because social media is the world, to show the world the unjust what went on. So I again, and he was showing the officers them saying down in the car, I observed them on behalf dashboard, because I believe some police vehicles in this country, well, I hoping so, have dashboard cameras. And I was very, very concerned about that video. I said, look, it come to pass here. A owner of a car making serious allegation against the police, against the two officers there who pulled him over. And as I said, there was no, I do not know to believe. As I close, I see Philip with a tape wrong his mouth. You have a tape. He can't talk at all. He is smiling. Imagine, you could see that you could tame a pit bull just because they want to be a minister, just to be. So you don't know many things that go on. And all of them was talking righteous talk for 9 years. They will close their eye because they want to be a minister. They want to sit down around the table. So they have to toe the party line. Yeah, Philip Edwina has to toe the party line. He can't say nothing. His face all over social media. People embarrass him all over. He getting embarrassed. Because why? They show him that he's a puppet. Because all he did, I see him yesterday in the awards. Every time he's smiling, I said, look at this man, boy. Look at this man's dreams, now, boy. Look at this man's ambitions, now, boy. All he wanted to be all that cost and fake research just to be a government minister. It's real sad, and it's real concerning. And I wait to hear the Prime Minister's speech in the UN tomorrow. I believe that I know she's going to speak about Venezuela. I know she's going to speak about the borders, about what's going on. I want to publicly thank my president, the world president, I call him, for exposing that UN. That UN is a shock. Not today. Because he said people will be vexed. But that UN day is more murderer, is more terrorist than any other terrorist so-called country they call it. I want to thank my president again for going there and reading the Iraq Act for them. And reading the Iraq Act for all his countries and them. He broke them up. And all they can do is bow their head in shame. Because they need him. And he knows the politics. He knows the game. He's a businessman. He knows they need money. Or you stop depending on America, so you could stand on their own. But all need America. I don't need America because me going there. My children ain't going there. My children definitely ain't going there. I love you, but me going America. All you stop depending on America. Stop look for aid. Look, this should be a person saying. All you want aid coming from America, from Gaza, from Gaza and all these countries from. So you stop Prime Minister of this country have to make the country wealthy again. Have to make the country set up again, because he also tell them to say, look at all you England and all you beginning legal alien in other country and suffering all your own citizens can't get grant, can't get this, can't get that, but all you paying for hotels. So people coming from all over the world, getting them free money, free house. And the old people who live in England, Carting, I want to thank him. But they hate him, But some things he say, some things he doing, you have to support him. So I wait patiently to hear my Prime Minister of this country speak, and I know she's going to be on that same topic of Trump, because I know she wants to be in the wrong, like how so the president want to be on the table, she wants to be on the wrong table in the next 4 years. So I'm hoping when she come back, she keep a press conference and tell us all the dignitary here at the leadership meet to make this country right here again, safe again, prosperous again. And I will endorse all his Venezuelans in this country to go back home. They make no sense in my country. I thank you very much, my brother, like always.
Yeah. Some real interesting statements there, Boy Kingsley. Yeah, you're mashing toes. I ain't going and knock you down too much, right? I understand parts of your perspective. I think some is flawed, but that's all right. Morning, Mr. West.
Morning, Mr. What again?
Yeah.
And when you and to say also that with respect to, you mentioned something earlier with respect to merit, and that must be foremost, right? Merit, how you going to appoint people. Most of the problems that this country faces today, in terms of poor management, you have companies that can't survive, running at losses, tremendous loss over the years. It is because primarily that you put people in those positions who are not fit for purpose.
Yeah.
And it causes, and that is partly responsible, among other things, for the moral, the mess that we find ourselves. You put people there because they're passionate. You put people there because they're your friend. But they can't perform. They have no experience. They have done nothing in their lives to suggest that they have the capacity to manage properly and efficiently. But you put them there, and it's total chaos. This is one of the reasons, I say it's the reason, one of the reasons. So we need...
And a major reason at that. Yeah. Yeah, if you have common sense, you would prepare yourself sufficiently, you know? Yeah. For sure. Yeah. Yeah, they make a mess. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much. And apologies to some of the callers and some of the listeners as well. We're having a bit of technical difficulties this morning that we're trying to sort out, in particular with one of the phones as well. So apologies, and I hope that we should be able to rectify it today, but I hope that people could still hear from the program as well. Meritocracy is what Mr. West was emphasizing, like myself as well. It is so very important for people to be empowered based on their ability, right? Not just any patronage, but on their competency, on their ability to achieve. Good morning, Prezi.
Yes, man. Good morning, Ivan. Good morning, Chinese. And in my consciousness of the days of Marcus Garvey and thing where he had was to support or get in complementation with the Ku Klux Klan to able to make a better what you want to say connection in America in those days to able to bring a conversation forward for the people at that time. So, when we talk about Republicans and Tobago, we have to ask the question if we understand what it is to come from that colonial state to be a republic. What really a republic, as I would say, is controlling your sovereignty, being independent as a sovereign nation, especially if we're talking a national, not even so much a citizen. But yet we will add in the citizen because the citizen coming to say that he is part of the country. And then he has to consider himself eventually as a national. So when we talk in those things, we have to be very concerned of it, how much people really know what is republication in our country. To change a constitution and all from that Westminster ideology of governance, where we still carry it and go into Privy Council. What kind of republic are we when we have not properly instituted legislation, amendments, something to the constitution, or even create a whole complete constitution away from that constitution of Westminster? So, I ask myself a lot of questions. With the awards and all these things, it is nice to see that they're giving awards. Giving awards basically to who? Plenty of us who have all kind of different careers and different arts, creations and things inside in this country, where we are the ones to able to have to be given an award or create it ourselves. We have institutions that we creating awards in all different fronts to improve our people. Then you're given an award for 2-3 people on top. The same on top we're trying to break from the high who going up there, who getting awards in the Senate and in the cabinet. And all these people and them who don't have big money already. And when you do put them there to represent in whatever position, and it's a lot difficult situation. I keep on telling we, you see that representative position where we taking and making ministers of people who we vote to see about constituencies. Every constituencies that you have to see about and with the region, because even some the representatives have to see about the regional corporation, the municipalities, or whatever it is. I think we only thinking and acting wrong side right through, you know, and keep on saying these things. We, the people, have to raise up, see for self, do for self. In a form, what we continually doing is facing massa system, and if you continue to deal with massa system in the way in acting everything massa-ish of the system, but where are you going to stay the same way massa want to put you being the slave? Because you're not going to able to be no massa with a system still that massa controlling, because you ain't looking to see about self and do for self. So all of we talking out there, and some what Mr. Perez Alexander, one of them, I thought his mouth was such a good mouth before the election. I hear in a kind of dotishness, but fight jump Venezuela. Something I see on the phone there last night. I don't know what should like keep following the same kill Maduro, like some lady who someday ago come and give it up and talk for real, like if we want any war in the Caribbean for real. We never really institute soldiers to say we dropping soldiers so that all the people going to be having a knowledge of able to hold a gun and fight a war. What we talk about, we like calypso and soccer and cricket and steel band and rum and all them things so much. Like when you're talking about fighting the Caribbean with Trinidad and Tobago, but you see me and this country right now, I find it's time that people rise up to be conscious out here and being dotish and ignorant. The attitude with Putin and King out there, there's rolling them out to tell you what the direction is really. But guys, we're doing stupidness. All right, Imam, good Abu Bakr, I'm sure I am too big.
Yeah, man, take it easy. Yeah, and we have to operate with a certain level of intelligence, of course. So let us think about what is taking place internationally. Let us think about the impact locally as well. As Mr. West says, we obviously have to be strategic, and our leaders need to be strategic, because it's easy for the layman. It's easy for me and you, to talk, to say certain things, but on that level and with that responsibility, there's a challenge. There are some serious challenges, so they cannot be as open with their expressions. Good morning, caller. Welcome. Morning, caller. Go ahead. I think we may be having problems with that line still. If you all can you all call the 4665391, right? Because the other number is giving a little bit of trouble. I don't know if that caller had an issue just now as well, but we'll try to monitor it and rectify it as well. Apologies this morning. Right, so we need to understand the position that our leaders are in as well, and we also need to be part of the process of working towards strengthening the independence of our own nation. Good morning, caller.
Yeah, good morning. Pleasant morning.
Yeah, pleasant good morning to you as well, man.
Yeah, you're playing in partner voice.
Yeah, man, welcome, all the time, welcome.
We'll be just short and brief this morning. Just called to encourage my people to do good. Just to do good, all right? And I want to compliment and thank Mr. John for that position
she has been put in place to act while the Prime Minister is absent from the country. Just call to big up Miss Jillian John. Have a nice day.
Man, blessings. So, our sister from, I think she from Charlottesville. I'm trying to remember. I think it's Charlottesville she originates from, right? Not that it matters. She originates from Trinidad and Tobago. I think merit as well, above all, right? Hard worker. I think if there's anything that anybody could say about Miss Jillian John, the first thing you come up with is her work ethic, her performance, and that is something that innate with her over time. It's not a game, it's not a show. It is the way she operates. I guess it is from private sector days into now public sector, performing for the country as a whole in this channel. But even before that, I don't know Ms. John's total personal story, but certainly there is a background for what she does, because it is ingrained in her. She takes a delight in it. She used to walk the savannah quite often, staying fit to be able to do the type of work that she does, right? I don't know if she's walking so much now. I didn't see her recently around the savannah. If she's walking so much in her role as minister in the minister of work, that she don't need that extra exercise, or if she in the gym or whatever. But that is the nature of that woman. Exceptional in her performance, exceptional in her work ethic. And those things also augur well for us, because it directs us to performance. It speaks towards the merit of that individual. And it says to everyone else who is aspiring to reach to the heights of performance, not the heights of office alone, that is the way that we should walk. That is the way that we should produce. And I ain't even need to mention creed, race, or color or whatever. So blessings there as well. You know, we out of time for the day. We will be back tomorrow. Have a wonderful day, Trinidad and Tobago. And again, congratulations to all those exceptional individuals who have attained awards, etc. Blessings to Trinidad and Tobago. Take care.
It's Divine Harmony. Choirs from all over the country will vie for over $250,000 in prizes. Semi-final round. The East-West Corridor. Saturday, September 20th. Central and South Trinidad. Saturday, September 27th. And Tobago. Saturday, October 4th. To register, call 719-9599. TNT. Get ready. This is Divine Harmony.